to you, Virgos. You have the Moon, the Fool, and the Ace of Cups, right? So this is about you, Virgos, very much so. Kind of minding your business, staying out of other people's business, staying out of the way. And the Ace of Cups represents taking care of yourself, but whomever it is that you decide that you're going to give attention to really should feel lucky, because you have the Lovers here and the Six of Pentacles, which represents that, you know, you're gonna shower them with love, basically. You have a lot to offer other people, intangibles as well as tangible things. The thing is that the Four of Pentacles, right, which represents the Four of Pentacles, though, represents they see you as, they look at it like, the question is, are you Virgos willing to actually allow somebody to get to know you romantically, is the question. Because like a lot of people, right, as far as, once again, you'd be surprised at how much attention you get, okay? You know, people get stalked. There's 5 million people on average get stalked every single day, 7 days a week, right? Every single day, including holidays, they get stalked, okay? And Greece has the most stalkers, by the way. Or I should say, yeah, Greece has the most concentration of stalkers in one place, by the way. Or I should say in one country, statistically. But I'm saying all this to say that a lot of your peers, right, they know that you got a lot to offer, a lot of love to give and stuff like this, as far as intangible things, like I said, and tangible things, right? Yeah, money and all of that, but that's secondary. Primary is the attention and the attention to detail and the love that you want to give somebody and all this other type of stuff. And people kind of know that. And because of that, that's my dog over there. And because of that, a lot of you Virgos have been, you ran into dysfunctional people. So a lot of you Virgos are like, you know what, you'll kick it by yourself. And a lot of people want to now know, like, is it even possible to get through to you? Because the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups represents some of you Virgos, like I said, being done. The Five of Pentacles represents you've been curved, you've been had rumors told about you, people still with the games being played. They again, you know what I'm saying? Like, things are getting worse. They got all this type of nonsense going on. They know good and well that they want to be with you, but instead of them be honest and tell you that, they want to play games. They want to have control more than they want to have the very same relationship with you Virgos that they set out to actually get from the very beginning. So now it's like, this is you Virgos looking at it from a perspective of, well, them looking at it from that perspective, and you Virgos are like, you are the ones that now have to receive the brunt, or the dysfunction that comes with hanging out with people, right, that you have met from the past. And now a lot of you Virgos are like, yo, you would rather not. And this is the stupidity of it. The idea that people want you to keep participating in a situation where the merry-go-round of it all is, they gonna do some dysfunctional, trifling stuff to you. They're gonna do some Keisha stuff to you. But the Keishas won't stop doing the goofy stuff to you. They'll just keep doing they'll just keep doing it. So now it's like you striving to be a decent individual, but then you have people that keep trying to tell you to come back into the fold just so that they could do some messed up stuff to you, completely intentionally, but completely unwarranted. So again, a lot of you Virgos are like, nah, you're not choosing to do that. And the thing is that the Five of Cups now is, like I said, this got some people worried about it because, like I said, you're not in the game anymore. Some of you Virgos have chosen to not be in the game because people are too goofy. They can't make up the level of confusion. They can't make up their mind. They can't decide. They're so caught up with the stupidity of trying to act like they're strong and they don't need anybody, and you know, they're the, you know, they got this S on their chest and all of this other stuff, and that they need nobody and they got it on their own, and trying to put on a front to their friends or put on a front to random people that they don't even know, just society as a whole in general, to the point where it is getting a lot of people ruining their lives because they come at you Virgos with that intention. And then now it's, you know, it's the merry-go-round. It's the 1 minute y'all think y'all cool. You think you in a good space with the person that you are romantically getting to know or romantically knowing, and then they wild out and then they start acting crazy. But then you know they're supposed to, you know, you're supposed to allow them to talk crazy to you in public, but then behind closed doors they cooking you food and then putting the meal out on a plate and I love you, and it's like, both need to match. Yeah, forget about that. Both needs to match, and if they don't match, it's a dub. Because all of this, you know, having to be strong and do all of this, it's not putting you anywhere on both sides, regardless of whatever you into. There's too many people fronting, and then the judgment now. See, and that's when the hammer comes down, because the judgment is, and this is in connection with, yes, the whole reading, but this is in connection with the Five of Cups. This is in connection with the Five of Pentacles, as to why it all makes sense, as to why some of you Virgos will choose to stay out or take a break. Maybe some of you Virgos who are with somebody, you're going through a little bit of rough time with them right now because the two of you aren't necessarily getting along, but this is something small. This is something short term. In the long term, the two of you will be better off because the two of you will get back on the same page with one another again. But for you single Virgos, which is probably the majority of you, because Virgo isn't really a zodiac sign that is really with anybody, thus the Virgin, right? Because being the Virgin doesn't necessarily mean not having romantic fun. Being a quote-unquote Virgo the Virgin is really about not being married, not having a ring on the finger, not having, you know, not having a ring on the finger, because truth be told, a lot of people are not good enough for it. And it has nothing to do with your criticism of them per se, as far as like you running them off because you're nagging them and you're stressing them out. Some Virgos are like that, but what it is it's the idea that again, Virgo and Pisces represents sadomasochism. You can't keep these people because they're too dysfunctional. It's like, how are you going to keep a dysfunctional individual around you and have them call and have them say that they love you and they're dysfunctional? You know good and well that you can't keep these people around you. They're too dysfunctional. So that's why it is that you don't have the relationship. And that these three cards right here sets up the situation as to why it all makes sense. You don't keep anybody around and you essentially ghost, right? Because of the fact that people are, they want to play like they got this S on their chest. They don't want to come off the foolishness. Everybody is fronting. Everybody is leading with their ego. Everybody is trying to act mightier, like they some sort of king or queen standing on a standing on a top of a building. You know what I mean? Compared to everybody else, and it's like stop. Like, you have to be relatable to others, otherwise it's not gonna work. And the judgment and the strength represents, like I said, that's where the hammer comes down. Because for you Virgos, if you would meet anybody right now and they play that same type of game, it wouldn't work. That would only work when you were younger, because that game works on Virgos when you're younger, because you do want a relationship even from back then. But that can play on you because you are not really aware of the politics, so to speak, of how people move the goalposts. And they always find a reason, no matter how stupid it sounds, to disqualify somebody for stupid reasons because they're dysfunctional and they're trying to cover that dysfunctionality up. So now when they're getting into it with you, right, as far as romantically is concerned, when the two of you are settling into a romantic agreement, relationship, they can't play their part. And what I mean when I say their part is they don't have your back all of a sudden. Now they have everybody's back in the world, and they want to play devil's advocate. And it's like, how come you can't play devil's advocate when I'm telling you the truth about a situation, but you immediately play devil's advocate when it comes to somebody else? What's up with that? Yeah, that's a Virgo thing. Because I can't explain to y'all how many times it's been where a spat between myself and a person has happened because they don't know how to move and they're betraying me, and then I go ahead and this discussion comes up because somebody asked me, a so-called friend would ask me what would happen. And I'm telling them the truth. I'm telling them my side. I'm telling them the other person's side. And they're like, oh, well, the person's not here to defend themselves. The person doesn't need to be here to defend themselves because I'm telling you the truth, even if it makes me look bad. So what you got to say about that now? And then now it's like, oh, you know, X, Y, Z. It's like, nah, you taking a side and they're not even here, and you taking a side. So you are a hidden enemy that I can't trust, because then now when the certain situations where it's time for them to stand up for you, now all of a sudden it's they keep their mouth shut or they don't say anything. And these is partners. These is people that you Virgos supposedly supposed to be sharing microscopics with, sharing germs with, if you catch my drift, you know, from kissing and stuff like this, sharing personal space with, sharing residence with, supposed to be so close, but they can't stick up for you and can't be there for you when times are true. Now they want to play devil's advocate. So it's games like this that got a lot of you Virgos being like, nah, I can't trust you because I'm telling you what it is, and yet you keep giving me a hard time and you don't have a reason to. Like me, for instance, a lot of people think that I'm ripping and running around and causing fights and causing disagreements when you sometimes I used to in the past, right? But then when you actually take a step back, right? Especially nowadays, when you take a step back, right? And the more control I have over my own emotions is the more you realize, like, oh, the person was tripping out for no reason. And you ain't have anything to do with that. You were just defending yourself from the unnecessary jabs that they was taking at you. And it's like, right, that's exactly what I was doing. Now it's like other people see And that's what creates a lot of embarrassment on the partners, the potential partners that got a lot of people like this, Five of Cups, feeling regretful that they're still not in a relationship with you. Again, it's the stench of them knowing that you Virgos did what you could have to be good to them and whatnot, and they couldn't actually see it for what it was. So let's clarify the Five of Cups. Let's clarify the Five of Cups. What's you have the Knight of Wands, Five of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So this is about you being in a situation, or this is them. This is about, oh, draw one more because you can't clarify a card with the same card. Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. Let's exclude this version of the Five of Cups. So the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. This is about them. Once again, it's the need for foolishness. It's the need for foolishness. It's the need for, I need to act like I'm strong, and I need to tell you off, but you need to see through that. It's like, nah. And again, you applying pressure because the Three of Wands is about you not being there. And the Eight of Wands is about you not being there and you doing things that are more constructive with your time, and or people that are more, you're doing and or people that are more constructive with your time. Instead of messing around with those people that go from the Five of Cups to the Six of Cups, people who are regretful that want to come back. It's like you just won't say anything to them, and more than likely you'll just go off. I know that's what it is I'm planning on doing 2024. Like I said, praise be to Allah, inshallah. On my Moorish flag, staying away from those goofy quiches.